Hey, it's Heather at Adventures in Gardening, and I thought it'd be kind of fun over the next few weeks if I broke down and got into more depth on the different types of tomatoes that I grow, kind of feature one at a time. I have 27 varieties right now growing in the garden, and there's probably 40, 50, maybe more plants growing. But today, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at early wonder. I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm going to give you some hard facts, then I'm going to give you my opinion on it. We're going to walk through the tomato growing areas so that you can kind of see how everything is progressing. So it'll be kind of fun to watch over the next few weeks on how everything is doing. And then at the end, I'm actually going to do something. I'm going to make something with early wonder today because it's lunchtime. And when you grow as many tomatoes as I do, and you plan on eating tomatoes every single day through October, maybe through October, Lord willing, we don't know what's going to happen, but that's the plan anyway. You got to come up with different ways to use your tomatoes so you don't get bored, right? So let's get started. We're gonna look at all the different early wonders that I have growing. Six-ish, I think. So let's get started. So early wonder is a determinate variety from the 1950s. It's an heirloom. I have been growing it, I think, since 2018. And so right here is one, and here is the other. These are planted in the ground. This is one that I tell people that they can plant it in a container and have really good results. And you will see the ones that I have in containers. This is a spectacular specimen right here. So, and the one that's on the other side is not a spectacular specimen, but this is my fault because I wasn't paying attention and the horseradish kind of affected its growth, but it still has some really nice looking tomatoes on it here, and it'll be fine. But this one is a spectacular specimen. I am 5'6", and I am looking eye to eye with this one. It is I'm going to cut one open. I'm going to weigh the ones that we're going to pick today to give you an idea of how big the tomatoes are. You can see that there are some spotting. There are spots throughout the tomato plants just starting. We've had very, very humid, hot weather. There is an almost ripe tomato right there. This is a joy to grow. How early is it? No, it's not really that early. Maybe it's early for a beefsteak style. I have had other full-size tomatoes already ripe, but it's just an easy tomato. It's a nice one to have. So let's go ahead and look at the ones that I have in containers. And on the way, you will see the cherry tomatoes, how everything is progressing. We are almost to the top of the cattle panel here. I love cherry tomatoes. I love growing them like this. This is hands down the best thing I have ever done for my garden here. And you can see I try to keep pushing them in that direction as they grow, because they want to grow out this way. So sometimes I will cut them here. And I have done a video recently about the different varieties that I'm growing in the garden. So I'm not going to go into full detail. Sometimes I can't help myself. But I'm going to be picking these tomatoes after I have lunch today. So these are the cherry tomatoes. And yes, we've had some yellow spotty leaves, and I spend a little time every day cutting them off and disposing of them. So now let's go look at the next batch of early wonder. We'll stop right here to take a look at Purple Rain. This is the dwarf Purple Rain. Looking really good, looking healthy, looking very full. And I shared the last time I did a tomato video, I shared that I have these in the greenhouse for no other reason than I ran out of space. And so that may be why these are so ripe. So here we are in a container, and they are up to about my chin. It is hot, hot, hot in here most of the time, and I think it will affect you know, some of the production, but I think that they look really good. I water them every day. That is a, what is that, a 12-inch pot, 12-inch terracotta pot. I water them every day. This plant right here was affected by the tomato hornworm, and I got rid of him, and it has filled in, so it looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and pick this one right here. So it has some dimples in it. I don't know if that's aphids here. Let's pick the other one. In the greenhouse, we will often have aphids in here, and I will, when I have I need scissors for that. When I have plants that I'm going to eat, I will just rinse the aphids off. All right, got some imperfections here, but that's okay. They look pretty good. So we will take these into the house at the end and slice one open, taste it, and then I'm going to make something with it. But before we do, we're going to check out the progress of the tomatoes that are growing on the tomato structure down here. And I have the water on right now. You can see how these plants are progressing. This is a spoon tomato right in the end because I had no other place to put it. And some of these are really getting very tall. This is brandywine pink here. Cherokee purple. I think I saw one starting to color up right there. This is Pantano Romanesco. This is Woods Brimmer. See, I told you I wouldn't be able to help myself. This is chocolate chestnut. You can see it's not a real big tomato, but it's a very tasty tomato. This is German pink. And this is black icicle. San Marzano. This is Granny Cantrell, and I'm reading the writing on the wall for this one, so I did pop one of my backup tomatoes in here, so we'll see what happens. And then this last one is Bonnie Best. What a beauty. Oh my gosh, I love this tomato plant. So that is how we are doing so far. I missed two. No, I missed three. Okay, we're going to stop and see three more on the way up to the house. Oh, and grab some basil. I can't believe I was standing right next to these other two tomatoes here and didn't mention them. Okay, so this is new to me this year. I've not tasted this one yet. This is Black Beauty. And it has been a very vigorous tomato plant. It's just starting to color up right here. The thing about this one, it was the first one that I had to start cutting leaves off, so they got crunchy. So, but it's still growing strong. Still growing strong at the top here. But it is a gorgeous tomato, and there's two here. There's two of them planted side by side, but really, really pretty, and there's a lot of tomatoes on it. And then the other one is Coeur de Boue This is an ox heart with a pouch shape to it. I cannot wait to show you the things. Well, I mean, it's exciting to me. I can't wait to show you how I use this one because I fell in love with this one last year. So there's quite a few. So there's quite a few tomatoes on here. And this one is still going strong as well. Oh, basil, basil. All right, so the final tomato that I want to show you how it's growing is, okay, one I probably should have come up and taken a look. It's real. This is real time. There are some splits in there. I see some splits, but also this plant needs to get tucked in to the structure that I have here. This is prairie fire. So I have 5 or 6 of these planted this year. I love this tomato. It's gorgeous. So they're looking really good. Now let's head inside. Well, welcome to my kitchen. I picked everything that had even a little bit of red on it. Bring it in and let it ripen on the windowsill behind me. I picked some basil and I've got some garlic. Let's weigh these and see what they weigh in at. This is the one that we're going to have for lunch today, and it is 7.8 ounces. This one is 5 ounces, and this one 10.3, and this really big one right here is 15.4 ounces. So it's a good sized tomato, and now we're going to cut this one open and take a look at it. So I have found in the past for this one to have full tomato flavor as well as being a big beefy tomato. You can see what it looks like on the inside. It's very juicy. And I am going to have a piece with no salt, no seasoning at all. Welcome back, tomatoes. I missed you so. Oh, it's so yummy. It's fruity. It's slightly sweet. Oh, it's smooth. This is a tasty tomato. Now let's make some lunch. All right, the basil that I'm using today is actually lettuce leaf basil. I always pick the hard stem parts off. And I just did a video the other day about harvesting garlic. And I'm going to take my garlic. Put it in with the basil before I start chopping. Alright, put that to the side. Alright, I started my own sourdough starter in 2005, and my recipes have changed over the years, but you know, I'm still keeping that same starter going. So I made this morning. Actually, I made it yesterday, and I baked it this morning, and this is so yummy. Here's my sourdough. And this is some burrata. Let's see if I can get this on here neatly. Oh, Annabelle, it's okay. Right there. And a little drizzle of olive oil. Oh. And some salt. And some pepper. And lunch is served. So yeah, I eat like a queen during the garden season for sure, and take the time and use the fresh ingredients from the garden as much as I can and to their fullest. Okay, this is it. This is our moment to shine, right? I hope that you found the facts interesting today about early wonder, and it is a great tomato plant. Anyone can grow early wonder. It's easy, it's great tasting tomato, it's compact. You just got to make sure you water and fertilize, and that's about it. So I hope that you found this interesting. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next adventure in gardening. See you soon. That's really good.